Hello my dear students. In this video I am going to talk about system of linear equations. The general form of linear equation is written as a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus up to the term an xn is equals to b, where these a1, a2, a3 up to an and b are known as coefficients, and these numbers can be any real or complex number, whereas x1, x2, x3 up to xn are known as variables. If we have more than one equation with the same set of variables, then the set of equations is known as system of linear equations. And the general form of m equations with n variables is written as a11 x1 plus a12 x2 up to the term a1n xn is equals to b1, a21 x1 plus a22 x2 plus up to the term a2n xn is equals to b2, and the mth equation, where the first term is amn x this should be am1 x1 plus am2 x2 plus up to the last term amn xn is equals to bm. This is the system of m linear equations in n variables, where these numbers a11, a12 up to a1n, a21, a22 up to a2n. Similarly, the third equation, fourth equation, and the mth equation, where am1, am2 up to amn, and the numbers on the right hand side b1, b2 up to bm. These are all constant numbers. They can be any real or complex numbers, and these x1, x2 up to xn are the variables. Here we have m equations and n variables. If the number of equations m is equals to number of variables, then the system is known as a square system. And if the number of equations is not equals to the number of variables, then it is called rectangular system. Moreover, if we have all of these numbers on the right hand side, b1, b2, b3 up to bm, if they are all 0, then the system is that if all these b's are 0, then the system is called homogeneous system. If at least one of them is non-zero, if at least one of these b's is non-zero, then the system is not called homogeneous, it is called a non-homogeneous system. Now, for the simplicity, let's consider the system of two linear equations in two variables. They can be written as a11 x1 plus a12 x2 up to b1, a21 x1 plus a22 x2 is equals to b2. This is system of two linear equations in two variables, where a11, a12, b1, a21, a22, b2 are coefficients. They can be any real or complex number, and x1 and x2 are the variables. These are unknown variables. Now, if we can find any value of x1 and x2 such that when we substitute those values into these equations, those equations satisfies these equations, then we call those equations those values x1 and x1 and x2 as the solution of this system of linear equations. It means that the solution of system of linear equations are those values of x1 and x2 such that when we substitute them here in these equations, those must satisfy these equations simultaneously. Okay, let's consider one example. Here x1 minus 2x2 is equals to minus 1 minus x1 plus 3x2 is equals to 3. Now this is system of two linear equations in two variables x1 and x2. If we can see that if we substitute x1 is equals to 3 and x2 is equals to 2 into these equations, these values satisfies these equations simultaneously. As we can see here, x1 is equals to 3, so that will be 3 minus 2 times x2, which is 2. So when we solve this, that would be 3 minus 4, so that is equals to minus 1, which is basically the right hand side. So left hand side is equals to right hand side. X1 is equals to 3 and x2 is equals to 2 satisfies first equation. Let's see if it satisfies second equation or not. Let's substitute the values. Minus x1, it means minus 3 plus 3 times x2, which is 2. Let's solve this. That should be 3 to the 6. So minus 3 plus 6 becomes plus 3, which is the right hand side. It means that x1 is equals to 3 and x2 is equals to 2 satisfies these two equations simultaneously. It means they satisfy these equations at the same time. Hence the values of x1 is equals to 3 and x2 is equals to 2 is called the solution of this system of linear equations. Whereas another system, which is x1 minus 2x2 is equals to minus 1 and minus x1 plus 2x2 is equals to 3. This system of linear equation does not have any solution. It means that we cannot find some values of x1 and x2 such that those values of x1 and x2 satisfies these two equations simultaneously. This system does not have any solution, and this system x1 minus 2x2 is equals to minus 1 minus x1 plus 3x2 is equals to 3 has the solution. So whenever we have a system of linear equation, it is not necessary always that the given system has a solution. Now if the given system has a solution, if it has a solution, then the system is called consistent system. And if it does not have solution, if it has no solution, then the system is called inconsistent system. For example, here in this case, this system x1 minus 2x2 is equals to minus 1 and minus x1 plus 3x2 is equals to 3 is called consistent system, whereas x1 minus 2x2 is equals to minus 1 minus x1 plus 2x2 is equals to 3 is inconsistent system. That's all for today's discussion. If you have any question, queries, you may write them into the comment section. I will try my best to address those queries. In the next video, I'll be talking about the existence of the solution of system of linear equations. Thank you very much.